Good morning. How's everybody? Good? Long night? Jane? I saw Jane. First, let me there are a couple things. I wanted to start off with our kickoff for our summer meals program. I'm going to be leaving shortly because that kicks off this morning at the Mary E. Rodman Recreation Center. Hopefully some of you all will join us. As you well know, when school is out, there's still young people throughout our city who depend on summer meals, and we want to make sure that we're taking care of them, and so we do that. So again, that kicks off this morning at 11 a.m. I want to talk a little bit about our Mayor's Scholars Program. You all know last year I said we wanted to make Baltimore City Community College free with the hopes that many of our young people would take advantage of it. I went over to Baltimore City Community College this week, and the room was packed with students and parents. As I was leaving, one of the administrators said to me, "You need to come back in because I need you to see their parents in here and their children here who are crying because they never thought that they would get this opportunity to go to college." And I can tell you that it is a movement now that I believe will happen throughout this country, and it is already occurring in the state. So we're really grateful and very excited. We're excited because not only are we making Baltimore City Community College free, the other thing that we wanted to do was to make sure that these young people, really have an opportunity to be successful. So we've partnered with Bridge EU. I think almost 300 plus 350 of those young people are actually enrolled in our Youth Works program. So they're training and earning at the same time, being prepared for Baltimore City Community College. 58, I know, of our young people are immigrants, thanks to the work of CASA, which provided some scholarships for them as well. You should know that those who are at Baltimore City Community College, our hope is that they do complete the 2 years there, or whatever it takes for them to complete, that they also get an opportunity to move forward to Coppin State University for free. And there are all kinds of initiatives, as you well know, throughout the city of Baltimore. Specifically, we know Johns Hopkins, if you get a 4.0 average or you keep a high grade point average, you can go there for free as well. Morgan State University has an endowment for a number of young people in the city who want to go to Morgan State University. So I know that there are going to be all kinds of incentives to attract these young people, because our prayer is that they'll be not only prepared to enter college in the fall, but they'll be well prepared to compete at BCCC. Now, on to the Heritage Festival. We're excited to announce the 42nd Annual Ephrem Festival. I know I have our head of Recreation and Parks and Public Affairs are here to share with you the lineup. It will be August the 11th and 12th. This weekend I spent at Patterson Park at the Latino Festival, a really great festival of activity. And so this year we go back to Druid Hill Park, but we will go back for 2 days, Saturday from noon to 8 p.m. and Sunday from noon till 6 p.m. As you well know, this festival has been a part of the city since 1976. Yeah, long time. So there's some hip-hop artists. I don't even know how to say their names. Maybe some of you may know them. Is it Jacqueline? She knows. Come on up here. This is Tanya Miller. She is a hip-hop and R&B singer and songwriter. Is she one that's who's rising up the chart? Is it Ella May?
Okay.
She
has the
Ella
song
May.
of the summer.
Anybody know Ella May? Come on, see? All right. Well, I understand she's really running up the charts, correct?
Yes, she just went platinum last week, so it's going to be an exciting show with her there.
And then
we have Davon Fleming that's going to open Sunday, along with Bashan Mitchell, who are both, Bashan Mitchell is a gospel singer. He will open the show on Sunday, followed by Davon Fleming, who is our Baltimore owned The Voice winner, or not winner, top contender.
Our winner. I tweeted enough times. He should have won, but 4th place.
And also Drew Hill, internationally known. Drew Hill is coming home to sort of close our Sunday lineup.
Okay. Reggie, did you want to say anything else? I know you don't want us to drive all, you got to come up. Drive all over the park, walk across the grass softly.
Walk across the grass softly. We're just excited to have it back in Druid Druid Hill. And like the mayor said, this year is a two-day event, so we're truly excited about the national talent that's coming this year.
Oh, so can you all give Reggie Moore a big round of applause? He received national recognition.
All right.
What was that big recognition?
We received the National Outstanding Program Award through our national association called National Association of County Parks and Office Administration that I'll be receiving in Nashville July 13th.
Another round of applause. Thank you. Okay.
So, and then can I just say, follow Ephrem on all of our social media outlets. Also, we have a new website, Baltimore Ephrem, and it's going to be an exciting show. We have new assets, so please come out. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Okay. All righty. I have a presentation that I want to make. This is for one of our city employees. Early on the morning of April 15th, I'm sure the media folks, you all probably remember this, EMT firefighter Devante Weaver was off duty. He was driving down Perrin Parkway when he saw a horrific accident. It occurred right before his eyes. The car driven by Mr. William Wilkes, who is with us today, flipped over and caught fire. Mr. Wilkes became trapped in his car. He was hurt and didn't know it if he was even going to survive. Weaver said he knew he had to do something and ran towards the car. As he got closer, he noticed someone inside the vehicle. He then immediately ran to a nearby KFC to get there a fire extinguisher. He extinguished the flames on the vehicle. And after he began talking and comforting the man while he was still in the car, staying on the scene for nearly 4 hours, if it had not been for his quick thinking, it could have resulted in something much worse. Not only are we proud and thankful for his heroic actions, but I'm sure Mr. Wilkes is as well. Mr. Wilkes, from what I understand as a result of this accident, you suffered from multiple broken bones and had to have your whole neck reconstructed. But we're all happy that you're still alive and that you're here with us today. Mr. Wilkes, I know that you wanted to say something to Devante Weaver, but I wanted to say we all prayed for you. The video of that was just horrific, and to see you standing here today is awesome. But I also wanted to take a moment, and I thought you might want to join me in presenting this mayoral salute to Devante Weaver for your outstanding heroism and for saving the life of one of our Baltimore citizens.
Yes. I just wanted to say I'm very grateful and thankful for the help that he gave, because it could have resulted into something real tragic. And I'm blessed to be here today, and I'm very thankful for his help.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it, man.
Like, share a few words?
Sure, why not? Kind of like I explained to the family, it was more so of a right place at the right time kind of moment. I'm glad I was there, glad I could help you out, comfort you, extinguish the fire. I come to find out a few weeks later that I was actually related to this family.
Wow.
Through my godmother's side, so guess I was just placed there to be there by your side, man. Not a problem. Not a problem.
I can't tell you that enough.
Gotcha. Not a problem at all.
So I'm also joined here by our Chief Ford. Chief, I didn't know whether you want to say a few words. I think you were supposed to help me present that award as well. And I've got the firefighter leadership of the union here as well. Dickie, thank you. Sometimes it's hard for me to recognize Dickie because I don't know if you all know it, but he's lost quite a few pounds. So everybody's trying to find the secret of the diet. I actually have it, but thanks for joining us. Did you want to share a few words?
I do have I know Devante. I have 1,800 people in my organization, and I said this. I know Devante by being out on the scene with him. I pick up several calls, and he does an outstanding job. His reaction to the citizens is the highest level of customer service and respect, like we try to emulate throughout the culture of our organization. We didn't know about this. We had to follow up and find out about it. So I just wanted to say this is a very humble servant for the city of Baltimore, someone we're very proud of.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you. Sure.
Devante,
Yes.
say your name.
Devonte, last name Weaver, Weaver.
You're
To-
an EMT?
EMT firefighter, yes.
Okay.
Can you do that little apostrophe at the,
Yes, apostrophe at the end.
there's a little apostrophe on the
Over
E.
top of the E, yes.
Okay, gotcha.
WILLIAM. WILKES.
And where was the accident?
On Stern Parkway and in Plain Boulevard.
And that was on April 15th.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody. Any other questions for them? Okay. All right. Thank you. Thanks again.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. All right, I have a few more minutes.
We can endorse Mrs. Jealous.
Yes.
You read the file last night.
I was.
What about there was quite a bit of turnover in the state legislature.
There's quite a bit of turnover across the state. I think we saw some losses last night that were, in many cases, unexpected. A lot of turnover in leadership, both in the House and in the Senate. I understand that the chair of my committee, Finance Committee, was defeated last night. The chair of what's it called in the House's judicial proceedings was defeated last night, and there was already retirement of some folks in the Senate. I'm not so sure whether this will be the largest turnover. I know that when I came in, it was considered a very large class of about, I think, 12 or something like that, new faces. But we had a number of folks in the Senate who retired prior to, who gave notice that they weren't coming back. The chair of B&T had already given notice. The chair of the capital budget had already given notice. And then we're still waiting on the, I think, the absentee ballots and provisional ballots as it relates to the EHE chair, the only chair from Baltimore City, who had a real challenge. And then the president pro tem, who was defeated, and let me see who else, the 40th district, my district, where I used to be the senator. We have a new senator, Antonio Hayes, who I had the opportunity to serve with as well. And Jill Carter will be the new senator in the 41st district. Quite a bit of change, even at the delegate level. I think there was maybe a few surprises there. I haven't had a chance to span the whole statewide election. Baltimore County is still a toss-up, almost like a three-way tie. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out completely.
You have a good relationship with the governor. Do you anticipate that your endorsement of the now Democratic nominee will in any way affect that?
No, I would think, I am a Democrat. I am a hard-working Democrat, but I'm also a Democrat who's learned how to work across the aisles. I think that my history in the Maryland State Senate bodes well in terms of my relationships across the board. Even in this state, when I think about one of my best friends is the Harford County executive currently, who won soundly in in Harford County, who is a Republican. I'll work with whoever becomes governor, but I will work on behalf of Democrats. This Democratic Party, and I know this is not a political forum, but we need unity. There are some agenda items that we really do need to focus on. Redistricting is a big issue for us in 2020, and we need to be prepared to look at our state holistically and to make sure that representation is across the board. There are some issues that are on the table, that were on the table when we left the General Assembly this past session, and there'll be issues that need to be discussed, but I'm a Democrat.
So the knock or the tap line from Governor Hogan against Mr. Jealous is that he's an extremist, essentially. Do you think that's fair, or do you think you're kind of ideologically in step with where Mr. Jealous is?
Let me just say, there are a lot of things that Mr. Jealous talks about. Education is key, and we were the #1 state in education, as you well know, across this country, and that's something that's very important to all of us. And so whoever the governor is, and I am a Democrat, so I am focused on Ben Jealous, his agenda around education is important. It is the right agenda for the state. When I think of Fordyce and fair funding for education in this city specifically, it is a very important issue for us. When I think about transportation and what we need in this city as it relates to transportation, we are so far behind other cities as it relates to mass transit. We will be putting together, this administration will be putting together a very strong proposal around transportation, because if we are to compete for the World Cup, if we're going to maintain a competitive city, we need a mass transit system that works for all of us. There's still that last mile effort as it relates to people being able to get to work in surrounding counties, and making Baltimore the innovative, creative hub of opportunity and employment is important.
Could we talk about cancelling the red line and set you back on transit?
I think that you could almost ask anybody in the country if the red line set us back, and I think that the evaluation overall would be that it set us back.
In election news, really quickly, the Hilton Baltimore audit came out earlier this week and turned a profit for the first time. I wonder if you've seen that and if it's what you expected when you
refinance? Yes, absolutely. We took, one of the things I take very seriously, as you probably well may know, is the financing of our entities in the city. I sit as chair of the finance board, and it's recommended that we refinance the hotel because the interest rate was too high and the city could not turn a profit in that respect. So we're very excited about where the Hilton Hotel is going, and yes, the refinancing made a difference.
Do you expect to see future profits?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Mayor, your thoughts on the Patapsco Elementary School polling place yesterday being shut down for mice and fleas?
Unacceptable, unacceptable. I think our whole election board needs to be reviewed. I think our whole election process needs to be reviewed. People need to come into venues that feel, this is, to me, one of our just great rights, and that is to go and vote, to vote who we want into office. And we should not have facilities where we're dealing with rats and mice or any of those things. That is something that we have to take into serious consideration and needs to be corrected.
The fact that it's an elementary school, and obviously the kids have been around for a week or so.
Well, thank God they're out of school.
But I'm guessing the mice and fleas didn't just show up.
I don't know. Let me just say, as you all well know, I don't control the Baltimore City Public Schools. We did come in, as you well know, when we had the water problem to fix the schools. And I still say that in 1997, when we transferred the responsibility of the schools to the state, nobody asked the question about facilities. Who best can manage those facilities? I am hopeful, because I have a partnership with the CEO of the school system, that they'll take a very close look at this. And right now, as we look at planning, Baltimore is on pace now to build more new schools in Baltimore City than the entire state of Maryland. We brought back that $1 billion. It is meaningful to the city. We're transforming schools throughout our city. We've got some old buildings, some dilapidated buildings that just need to go. And so that's why we're grateful for the $1 billion that we have, but we also look forward to putting some additional dollars on the table, capital dollars, to continue to expand public schools in Baltimore City.
When you say the election board needs to be reviewed, do you mean the local?
Just, well, I'm talking about the whole process, you know, we've gone from electronic to paper ballot to, you know, just the system itself. And we should not have problems of opening, of polling places. We had a polling place that it took an hour or an hour and 15 minutes to get it open, and then we had to wait an hour. We had to extend the hours for people, but perhaps there was somebody who couldn't get there an hour later, who missed voting that morning. When we say we open at 7 a.m., it opens at 7 a.m. As one of my folks is always familiar with saying, to be on time is to be early. That's why I try to always be on time for you all. Thank you.